Now, are you looking for ways to supplement your income or earn some extra cash? Well, taking online surveys is a popular option, but with so many apps to choose from, it can be overwhelming. Well, calm down, just breathe, because we are here to help. Today, we'll be comparing the 4 leading app surveys: InboxDollars, Swagbucks, MyPoints, and branded surveys. We'll compare their features, rewards, and payout options to help you decide which app is right for you. So, how about we go? Let's go. Now, InboxDollars, Swagbucks, and MyPoints are actually very, very similar in a lot of ways. Now, they do have a few subtle differences, which we'll get into a bit later. But the basic premise for all 3 of these sites is that they have a whole bunch of easy tasks that you can do, like taking surveys, playing video games, watching ads, getting cash back on your shopping, searching the web, and much, much more. And branded surveys is also a similar concept, but it is different to the others in that it is just focused on taking surveys, and there's not much else to do. So, yeah. Now, to start off, how about we go into a bit more detail about the main task you can do on these sites. Most of these platforms have a good variety of tasks that you can try out and earn points or credit towards your first payout. You can play games, you can read emails, scan old receipts, or do daily polls, which are like 1-question mini surveys. And that's just to name a few. We found that InboxDollars and Swagbucks were the best ones in terms of variety. We counted 12 different ways to earn on those 2 sites. Let's focus on some of the ways to earn with InboxDollars first, specifically survey taking. Now, initially, you'll have to complete a profile survey, filling out information about yourself to help InboxDollars target future surveys. You should then be able to access more regular surveys. Now, if you don't qualify for a survey, you'll sometimes earn progress towards scratch and wins. Now, these are events that don't confer rewards directly, but give you the chance to win rewards later. Now, we did find that most surveys rejected us, so we suspect that it is hard to qualify for most surveys on InboxDollars. In addition to the profile survey, we tried out 12 other surveys and only qualified for 1. Now, some of the surveys that disqualified us did give us scratch and win progress, but most, honestly, were just a waste of time. Swagbucks also had quite a few different tasks, with 10 ways to earn, but one of the most common tasks you'll complete on Swagbucks are surveys. I'm sure you guessed it. Swagbucks surveys come in 2 types: normal surveys and about me surveys. Normal surveys on Swagbucks cover all types of topics and can be just a few minutes long or last over an hour. Swagbucks says that these pay up to $20. Now, about me type surveys are short, 10-question surveys you can complete to unlock others. They pay 2 Swagbucks for 10 questions. So, you know what we did? We took about me surveys 7 times and earned 2 Swagbucks for a couple of minutes work each time. However, for the normal surveys, we had a very hard time qualifying for anything. Of the 36 other surveys we took, 4 were successful and racked up points, 22 were unsuccessful but gave us 1 to 5 points for trying, 10 gave us 0. What? 0. Some of these rejected us and a few crashed completely. Now, although we didn't waste too much time on the surveys that rejected us, it was frustrating trying to find surveys that worked. Now, one interesting find that our testing revealed was that some Swagbucks surveys offer chances to join online focus groups and product testing opportunities. However, we did not try these out. Surveys are also one of the many tasks that you can do on the MyPoints platform. But similar to the About Me surveys on Swagbucks, there is a specific survey you need to complete to unlock all of the others, which they call a profile survey. These help MyPoints to show you the surveys you'll most likely qualify for and be able to complete. Now, survey profiles give you 5 points for answering 10 questions, which isn't a lot, but it's a reliable way to earn small rewards. So we tried it out and it took us 3 minutes and paid 80 points, which is roughly about 50 cents. Now, in general, MyPoints says you can earn up to 400 points per survey. The other surveys on the sites are more unpredictable than the survey profile, as they will sometimes disqualify you. Now, whether you'll qualify will depend on whether you match the demographics the survey is aimed at. Now, in our experience trying out MyPoints, we tried 2 survey profiles. The first one gave us 5 points and took only a minute. Now, when we tried to do the second one, it kept glitching out, so we just, gave up. We also tried 15 normal surveys. The first couple were good and gave us relatively high rewards, but after that, it started to disqualify us from a lot of them, so, Out of 15 surveys that we took, 7 were successful and 8 were unsuccessful, meaning that they kicked us out or gave us a message saying, not a fit. Now, although we still did get 1 to 5 points for trying, so, not the worst, but definitely not the best. Branded Surveys is the only one of these 4 platforms that doesn't have much variety. Now, as you probably guessed, it is basically focused on surveys, so there isn't much else going on. So if you love surveys, great, but if you need more variety and you have a short attention span then this probably isn't the best one for you. Now, with all that being said, Branded Surveys does offer a wide variety of different types of surveys that you can take. You can check out the full list of survey types on our Branded Surveys review. We'll drop the link to it down below in that description. Now, most of the surveys we did on Branded Surveys were normal surveys. Some took a few minutes, while others took as long as half an hour. The best survey that we took was the one that paid us 105 points in 7 minutes, which ended up being around $9 per hour. While the worst surveys we took were the ones that paid us only 14 points in 27 minutes, or about 31 cents per hour. And one got stuck after 6 minutes, meaning we didn't earn any points at all. Nothing. That was fun. Now, how about we stop beating around the bush and talk about the main thing on everyone's mind, since I'm sure that's why you were here. Exactly how much can you realistically earn on these sites? Spoiler alert, it's not a lot. You definitely can't turn these platforms into a full-time job, and you definitely will not get rich from them, but you can make a few dollars worth of extra pocket money. So let's find out how much pocket money we are talking. Since there is one task you'll probably end up doing a lot of if you use these sites heavily as surveys, we looked at how each platform's survey earnings stacked up to one another. And in 4th place is Branded Surveys. We tested the Branded Surveys app for 4 hours and earned about $147 per hour. Now, this might have been lower than the other sites, partly because the site has a comparatively low sign-up bonus, which is just $1. We took 21 normal surveys and 8 were successful. So that's about a 38% success rate if you don't count the profile surveys. The best survey we took paid us 105 points, which is about $1.05. And that took 7 minutes. So that translates to about $9 per hour, which isn't bad. Now, while the Branded Survey site says it'll take you a couple hours per week to earn $50 to $100, we found that realistically, it'll take you a couple hours per day to earn that amount. Coming in 3rd place, we have Swagbucks. We tested Swagbucks for about 8 hours and earned about $2.04 per hour. Now that is pretty low, but it could be worse. The hourly rate included a $2.50 sign-up bonus, which is okay, but not amazing. There were a couple of good surveys we took on Swagbucks that took us about 10 minutes and gave us around $2.50 to $3. One of the best ones took 12 minutes and gave us 300 Swagbucks, which was $150 for the survey, plus an extra $150 bonus, which we will get to in a second. Another one took only 10 minutes and gave us 250 Swagbucks. $125 for the survey, plus an additional $125. Now, part of the reason those surveys paid quite well was because of a member recognition program that Swagbucks does that gave us a load of bonus points. You can learn more about that program in our full Swagbucks review. Check out the link in the description for that. At any rate, we still didn't give Swagbucks a great ranking for its surveys because we got disqualified for so many of them. Out of the 36 normal surveys that we did, only 4 of them worked. That's an 11% success rate, which is actually a bit better than the first place winner. But still, it's nothing to write home about. In 2nd place, we have MyPoints. So we tested MyPoints for around 4 hours and the hourly rate worked out to $2.57 per hour. Now the rate was probably higher than some of the other sites because of the sign-up bonus, which was $5 for registering, $5. Now, MyPoints claims that you can expect 50 to 600 points per survey, but In practice, the most we earned was 170 points. We took 42 normal surveys on MyPoints and we got 10 wins. So that is a 23% success rate. I mean, hey, we like getting fewer rejections. Now, like with Swagbucks, we had a bonus scheme doubling some of our earnings, which made the successful surveys a bit more lucrative. The best one we took paid us 80 points and took 3 minutes to complete, which translates to an hourly rate of about $10 for that specific survey. That ain't bad. And rounding out the winner circle in first place is InboxDollars. InboxDollars actually trounced the other sites in terms of hourly earnings. We tested this app for almost 4 hours, paying a massive $4.28 per hour. Okay, maybe not massive, but it was still the best rate. Like with MyPoints, we got a $5 sign-up bonus. Thank you very much. So honestly, this probably helped a lot. Now, the InboxDollars site itself says that you can expect to earn $50 to $100 per month without too much effort. But what we really found was that you're really only ever going to hit that amount by spending a few hours per week on the site. InboxDollars also says that most of its online surveys pay 50 cents to $5 and take 3 to 25 minutes. However, we had a pretty bad experience with surveys on this site. Now, the profile survey we did worked fine, but we did 12 normal surveys and only one of them worked out. One. Luckily, it was a good one and we did earn $5 from it. That's my student loan paid off. But still, that is a success rate of only 8% for InboxDollars surveys. Now, of course, if you don't just want to do surveys, you can also look at some of the other tasks to see which one interests you. Now, like we have already mentioned, branded surveys doesn't have much apart from surveys. But MyPoints, Swagbucks, and InboxDollars all have games that you can play for money. You can scan receipts of your purchases for rewards. You can install an extension to your web browser that sometimes gives you points randomly when you search. They also all have random offers they might send you for signing up for various free trials or services. MyPoints, Swagbucks, and InboxDollars also have these cashback deals where you click through their sites and buy stuff from Amazon, eBay, Walmart, or whichever other retailers they have on offer. Then you get some cash back as a reward for purchasing something. Now, the cashback rates can actually get pretty high. On MyPoints, we saw cashback rates up to 9.5%. InboxDollars had even higher rates up to 15%, and Swagbucks had some offers at 16%. Now, branded surveys is a bit more limited, so they do not have this feature. Next, let's look at the points and reward systems on these sites. On a lot of these survey taking and microtask apps, you're going to be racking up points rather than actual dollars and cents. However, you can typically redeem those points for their cash equivalent or some other reward. Now, for the most part, the redemption options are pretty similar for all 4 sites. You've usually got a PayPal credit option, gift cards for retailers like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, that sort of thing, or some kind of charity donation option if you want to spend your rewards on a good cause. So to rank these 4 sites on their points and reward systems, we based our decision mainly on how long it took us to redeem our first rewards and how easy they make it to monitor your points. In 4th place, MyPoints. MyPoints point system is, well, let's just say confusing to say the least. Something that really bugged us when we were testing these sites was just how complicated the math ends up being when you're trying to figure out how much value the points you've earned are worth. On MyPoints, we found out that 1 point is barely worth more than half a penny, 0.63 cents. Or, in other words, you need about 800 points to get a $5 gift voucher. Now, because you need $15 to withdraw your first payment, and the hourly rate is just so-so, it's also quite a lengthy process getting enough points to redeem your first gift card or PayPal withdrawal. It took us a little over 6 hours. 6 hours. So because of all of these downsides, MyPoints comes in last in this category. In 3rd place, we have Swagbucks. Like with MyPoints, you need $15 to redeem your first rewards payment on Swagbucks. So we found it took us even longer to earn enough in order to redeem our points. almost 8 hours. However, the nice thing is that it has a fairly easy system for points. 1 point or Swagbuck is equivalent to 1 cent, or $1 for every 100 Swagbucks. Now, there is a little variation depending on which redemption option you choose, whether it's through PayPal, a prepaid card, a gift card, or a physical check. But all in all, it makes life a lot easier when you're calculating your earnings. Now, once you have a minimum of 1,500 SB, it may take anywhere from 1 to 3 days to 7 to 10 days for you to receive it, depending on your redemption choice. In second place, it is InboxDollars. Now, one thing that we loved about InboxDollars was that the rewards are counted in dollars as opposed to some complicated point system. Yes, we are looking at you, MyPoints. We also love the fact that it only took a little over 3 hours for us to redeem our rewards, since the minimum threshold for redemption is around $15 and we were able to earn a little over $4 an hour. Now, one thing that did bug us on the site was their scratch and win feature. For some tasks, InboxDollars doesn't give you proper rewards, just scratch and win progress. Now, you have to get scratch and win progress several times before you actually earn a virtual scratch card. And the cards usually only yield a couple of cents. Now, honestly, we felt it was a bit of a scam. But with that being said, there are various other ways to get paid on InboxDollars, including gift cards, virtual prepaid cards, and PayPal. We still got our eye on you, MyPoints. And in first place, we have branded surveys. Now, the best thing that we liked about branded surveys was that it had a reasonable system for rewards. 1 point is worth 1 cent. We also liked that the minimum redemption amount was only $5, so we were able to cash out pretty fast after about 3 hours of taking surveys. Now, there are 4 main ways to redeem your points: into your PayPal account, as a direct deposit into your bank account, as a charitable donation, or as a gift card. Now, they all cost the same in terms of points per dollar, but some do have lower minimum redemption amounts than others. Okay, so we have told you about some of the most important features on these 4 sites. Now, we'll tell you which one is our favorite overall. The winner is, drumroll please, InboxDollars. So we're not gonna lie, this is largely based on the fact that we earn significantly more on InboxDollars than any other site, as the hourly rate worked out at more than $4 per hour on average, whereas most of the other sites only paid us $1 or $2. I mean, it is possible that we also just got very lucky with InboxDollars, but anyways, we had a pretty good time doing it. Now, aside from the high earnings rate, we also like the nice, simple reward system, MyPoints, with no need to calculate points per dollar or anything like that. And of course, we also enjoyed the good variety of tasks they offered, not just surveys. Now, those are the top 4, but we also tried quite a few other sites. Sites like LifePoints, Toluna influencers, Ipsos, iSay, Opinion Outpost, and Survey Junkie. Now, we do feel like LifePoints and Toluna are both very solid honorable mentions. Now, we won't go into all of them here, but we may compare them in a future video, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Oh yeah, and be sure to visit sidehustles.com to read our reviews on every one of these platforms. We'll be sure to update the description with links to each one that we covered. And hey, if you like this comparison video, be sure to like it. And hey, let us know if you've ever used any of these sites in the comments. We would love to hear from you about your experience. No, seriously, we really would. And until next time, I'm Landon signing off. Take care.